10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. You're listening to holistic psychotherapist Sylvia Plester-Silk. I've worked with individuals, couples, and groups. From parole officer to private practice, I've learned many lessons, and I'm ready to share. What is so tempting about playing the victim? I know from time to time I fall into this, as do many others. I'm not alone. I came across on social media recently a beautiful chart about the victim trap and accountability. And I thought I'd hop in and talk to you for a few minutes about the differences and the costs and maybe benefits or payoffs of both. So, if I'm in victim mode, I'm ignoring something about myself. I'm often denying personal responsibility. I'm blaming somebody else or seeking to blame somebody else for whatever's happening. Rationalizing, I'm stuck in my head and I'm probably repeatedly telling myself what they did. And I'm resisting looking at what I did. And I'm hiding from the truth myself. Hmm. Okay, so there's something really tempting about this from time to time to just go, oh, woe is me. Oh, that really sucks. This happened. And when people join in and say, oh, you're right. Oh, that's even more tempting because you get this wonderful feeling, loving support. But at the end of the day, whatever the situation is, when you're in victim mode, you're not really making a choice. You're stepping out of responsibility. And yes, we can have the emotion, but don't go into victim. And conversely, if I'm taking accountability, this is personal accountability. And sometimes I can take personal accountability and that's good enough. And sometimes I take personal accountability and there's some repair work to do. So if I'm in accountability, I'm going to actually recognize and look at what was my role, as well as what was the other person's role in the situation. I'm going to make the choice to own it. And by it, I'm meaning that sense of personal responsibility. I'm meaning my thoughts about the situation, and I'm meaning my feelings about the situation. I'm going to actually sit down, honor. I may journal, I may talk to some friends, but I'm talking to them from a different perspective when I'm in this. I'm using more I statements and less they statements. I am sharing from help me understand what my role was in this. Is there something that I'm missing in this? So I'm looking for assistance to help me bring it back to myself so that I can work through it. Also, then I'm more likely to forgive myself for screwing up and the other person for making a mistake or screwing up. I'm going to be focused really on self-reflecting and what could I have done differently? How am I feeling? What thoughts and faulty beliefs are getting me caught in a loop that isn't supporting me and life and making healthy choices? I'm going to be in a learn and grow perspective there. And then I'll take appropriate action because I'm not coming from this powerful, powerless place. I'm coming from a power-filled place. Hmm. I think we have some professional victims out there, and I'm not going to point any fingers that get caught in the blame game, where if I just keep shooting out who else is to blame and I'm innocent, it can't possibly be my fault. And as we used to say in addictions, when you point your finger at one person, you got three fingers pointing back at you. So, if you want to stay in victim, that's your right. I won't stop you. I might challenge you if you're my client because I care about you, but I'm not going to go down the pity party with you. I'm not going to take you into that victim place where you have less and less choice about what happens and where you give away all your power to the other person until they make change. You can't when you're in the victim mode. Well, it can be very tempting emotionally. It can also really take away all your choices in life. Because if I'm waiting for you to make change in order to actualize or realize what I want from my life, or to feel grounded, or to feel happy and to feel joy, I am giving you way too much power in my head and in my life. I'd rather evict you, thank you, and shift into accountability where I'm looking at what could I learn from this situation? How can I grow? How do I stop those old stories about things that maybe happened in my childhood? Because they may not be currently happening now. Oh, I could heal. Ha! I could ask for help. I could see a therapist that is willing to, as my clients say, call me on my shit, as in be honest with me. I can journal and do things that help me challenge myself. Because when we're in the victim place, we are our number one offender because we literally are wrapping up our personal power and giving it to other people. When we shift into accountability of what is my role in this and what change can I make and how can I grow, we end up with a plethora of choices. I don't know about you, but I'd rather be in choice in my life. Choice is so much more sexy and joy-filled than blame and giving away your power. Oh, geez. So next time you hear you saying, they did this, they did that, and then she or a he did blah da 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 da, you fill in the blanks. I would invite you to sit down and journal and ask yourself, when I'm in this space, what's the payoff? And by payoff, I mean, what's the benefit of this behavior? I recently did a session with somebody with long COVID, and I asked them, what's the payoff? And she was able to identify for herself that the payoff was that she could, when she was sick and feeling badly, she got support. She was allowed then to take care of herself. And so, what did we work on? Shifting from using health as a way of shutting down to instead of waiting till she flares up, care for herself first and possibly prevent more flare-ups. Right? So we call it often secondary gain, and usually we don't want to admit to it. So for me, when I'm in victim mode, what is a secondary gain? I probably get support from other people, and it probably feels pretty good. But the consequences of me having no power really suck, and I'm not willing to stay there. And when I go into accountability, I can actually get support, but there's a different quality to the support that I'm getting. And the support isn't about them. The support is about me. And so I have really wonderful friends that are honest with me, and I so value that. And they help me see the blind spots that I can't see in myself and my behavior. Because as soon as I see it, then I'm again in even more choice about what I choose to do. Hmm. So for this week, I invite you to sit down and reflect on a time when you were in victim mode and how did that feel? and a time when you took personal responsibility, and how did that feel? And which one was more rewarding for you? And I'm hoping you find that accountability is, because life with choice and more joy is so much more worth living. That's all for today, folks. Remember, beneath the noise of overthinking, your body knows exactly what you need to heal and thrive. Listen deeply, breathe softly, and let your innate intelligence lead the way. Until next Friday, be well.